Today is a day where we are discussing about what a criticism is. In a theoretical aspect, we learn about theories, we learn about Marxism, we learn about feminism, we learn about structuralism, formalism, everything. But when it comes to criticism, what are the lines, or what is the lens? The way we look into a text, literary text. So how we do it? When I take literary text, I will be including poem, prose, novels, short stories, movies. First and foremost, literary criticism, when it comes to feminist point and perspective, it's analysis that arises from the viewpoint of feminism. So, what we discussed yesterday about the entity of female, a feminist, and feminism. ಸೊ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವೇನ್ ನೋಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಈಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಟು ಜೆಂಡರ್, ಈಕ್ವಾಲಿಟಿ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಟು ಸೆಕ್ಸಸ್, ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೇವೆ? ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಫೆಮಿನಿಸಮ್, feminist theory, or feminist politics. This is the basis of feminist literary criticism. We have to acknowledge that this is a critical methodology while we analyze a literary text. So the feminist critique text, traditional assumption in the sense they have their own lens. It's not like how it has come from before. We have so many writers who have written on criticism, but feminist literary criticism is feminine, feministic, and which is a movement which is on the basis of equality, and wherein exist culture, society, politics. For understanding this, we need to understand several different concepts. So I have taken here a few of the concepts which helps us, in order to take a text and understand that. First is Orient. Orient is a concept which has been, termed and coined by Edward Said. We have a separate movement or study about Orientalism, but when I take Orient as a word which helps in understanding feminist literary criticism, the position of, or the conflict between West and East, the position of containing or making one as prominent and other as subordinate. Okay. So subaltern is again, it's not just with women. Subaltern as a whole on theoretical basis is including everything which is geographically, politically, economically unheard, the voice which is unheard and which is away from the domain. That is what we call as subaltern. But when we take feminist literary criticism, I mean, I'm taking women as a focus, where women is considered as other, women is considered as a subaltern position, the position of women as subordinate or voiceless, and marginalized. Marginalization or marginalized is a concept which we can study with. So what is margin? ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ ಮಾರ್ಜಿನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? What is a circle? What is a margin?
The beginning line or the ending line?
Beginning line or the ending line. So can you further simplify? How do we understand what is margin? What is the center? How do you define center?
Which is more focused, or
Exactly, which is more focused. So whenever we take a diagram, that is especially a circle, we focus on center. Center anna ನಾವು ತುಂಬಾ focus ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, because we think center is very much responsible to draw a margin or to understand the margin. We cannot draw a circle without marking a center. ಇದು ಒಂದು general understanding of this diagram, center and margin. But when we take the theoretical aspect, when we take structural or binary concepts which is there in the literature, we think that certain objects or certain stands or the level of people have been given the center position. When they have been given a center position, certain other things are marginalized. They have been given a very peripheral kind of a situation, or you can say that a position which is marginalized. A marginalized position is always unheard, whether you take women or whether you take men or anybody who is in a position which is a voiceless or unheard. Okay. So this is about center and margin. So when I consider about feminist literary criticism, where I will be speaking about marginalization, then that is where we consider something else as center, patriarchy as center, or men as center, assumed center, then the margin will be the women or the female characters or anybody who is coming into the genre of literary criticism. Then taking into another aspect, that is objectification. Can you help me in understanding what is object? For what do we call object? Object andre ಏನು?
Being more particular.
Okay, we were speaking about objectification. No. Can you try understanding object? Objectification. Is anybody else trying?
Which is certain.
Subtle. See, considering a entity as object, if you consider women is human. Now, human is definitely not an object, but when it is objectification, a woman is projected or represented as an object. In many advertisements we see this, in many movies we see this objectification. When it comes, women taken as an object of sexual object. She considered herself, or she is considered by the representation as sexual object. So that is also one another thing which we are looking into any literary text when it comes to feminist literary criticism. This is again a continuation of objectification, that is how she is represented, the representation of characters. And when it comes to gender studies, we are looking into both. Okay, that is another form of study, or a scope of study where we look into both genders. Can you see this? So when we take this, I have just taken this word binaries and deconstruction because to speak about feminist criticism, it is necessary for us to deconstruct many things. So to understand what is deconstruction, we need to understand which are the binaries, or which are the two considered opposites, so that we look into a text where we are trying to find that the position of women as opposite, and we are trying to deconstruct that center and margin concept. So the whatever we call as center, I have given here, whether it is white versus black, or men versus women, or logical versus emotional, or healthy versus unhealthy, or rich versus poor, all this dominant, it is considered as center. So if we take West and East, so we consider that, okay, Western culture is center, then again everything comes. We look for West for so many influences. So we consider that as center. Center itself is assumed. Only the reason why we have assumed that center, all this margin or opposition has come. So the basic understanding of deconstruction is we are not agreeing with dominant and subordinate. We are trying to break that, and we are trying to deconstruct. Construct andre ಏನು? Construct andre ಏನು?
Building something.
Building something. Deconstruct andre ಏನು?
Destroying that what is built.
ಸೊ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಬಿಲ್ಡ್ ಮಾಡಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ಏನು ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬಹಳ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್, ಅಥವಾ ಮೆನ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಇನ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ. ಲಾಜಿಕ್, emotional is something which doesn't need brain. Rich is something very important. Capitalist, again we spoke about base, superstructure. Somebody asked me a question about what is base and superstructure when it comes to feminism. Again, it is exactly when we speak about the socialist Marxist feminism, we do understand the position of a woman in a capitalist society. That is what Virginia Woolf tries to say. I need a room of one's own where I need my own money to have my own position and to create my subjectivity, So this is how we start to deconstruct that there is no center called white, there is no dominance called men, or no center which has to be given for men when it comes to patriarchy. There is no concept or no center called rich. or capitalist when it comes to patriarchal understanding of literary text. Next is patriarchy. So in patriarchy, can you explain? ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ patriarchy ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಏನು?
Male dominance, ma'am.
Yes, male dominance. Any other thing you want to say?
Male being the head of the family.
Male being, see, the understanding of patriarchy starts when we consider the institution of family. From the consideration of institution of family, we are giving a plus point for male who is going to decide, who is going to carry forward, who is going to earn, who is going to be the head of family. So all the connotations and all the contributions are towards, focused on male, head of the family, patriarch. It's a system. In some places we have the matriarchy also, so we can also give importance in reading them and understanding the society, how it is formed. So patriarchy anta ನಾವು ಮಾತಾಡಿದಾಗ ನಾವು ಅದರ ಪಾಸಿಟಿವ್ ತುಂಬಾ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂವನ್ನ ಒಬ್ಬ ಪುರುಷನಿಗೆ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ, ಪುರುಷ ಪ್ರಧಾನ ಸಮಾಜ. So when you take any kind of decision, oh, man should be there. How can I take decision without him? ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸೈಕಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲೈಸ್ಡ್ ಇದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಇಂಪ್ಲಾಂಟೇಶನ್, ಅದು patriarchal system. So we all are living in a patriarchal system where we have this. In so many things, it's not just with men and women, but including psychological aspects, we are, unknowingly socialized under the patriarchal system. So next, I'm speaking about social construct. I think yesterday we spoke about what is gender. Can anybody help me in understanding what is gender? Difference
Part of biology.
Okay, difference in terms of sex. Biology is female, that is by birth what we are. The difference between male and female. So do you think difference between male and female rather than biological is something which is from birth, or is it something we build after we are born? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫೆಮಿನೈನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮ್ಯಾಸ್ಕುಲೈನ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಟೀಸ್, ಅಥವಾ ಮ್ಯಾಸ್ಕುಲೈನ್ ಅನ್ನೋರು ಹೀಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಫೆಮಿನೈನ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಪಡೆದಿದ್ದೇವಾ, ಅಥವಾ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಚ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ಟರ್ ವಿ ವರ್ ಬಾರ್ನ್? ವಾಟ್ ಡು ಯು ಥಿಂಕ್? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಯುವರ್ ಒಪಿನಿಯನ್ ಆನ್ ದಟ್? This is a question which I'm asking you, that by birth, are you having all the qualities what we are possessing till today, or is it something which society says, hey, you should not do like this, being a woman you can't do this, or being a man you don't cry, being a boy
Imposed by the society.
Yes, this is exactly what I call as social construct. So gender is something which is constructed. It is not something which is coming out of your birth. These are all the things which we start imbibing, or we start into our life understanding and inculcating all the things. Yes, we do expect your interaction indeed. Okay, so when the society nalli construct, I would like to quote, it's not to give an example. Yesterday in my home, my two kids were playing, and in that my son, elder one, he was preparing tea. So he said one thing to my younger son. He said, see, my wife has gone outside, so I'm preparing tea. Okay. Then I asked him a question. Why you are specifying that your wife has gone outside, so you're preparing tea? Why does it make you understand that only wife prepares tea? So this is the way they understand, from birth, the society which we see, always women into domestic sphere, always a man into a public sphere, is what makes us understand, okay, this is a role which has to be assigned, and we go ahead with that. There is no questioning of that role. Why is only domestic sphere restricted to a woman? Why not for others? It's again a question mark, which we have to see in all the literary text if we are doing feminist literary criticism. Yes. And these are all the few things which I have listed, which can be seen in literary text. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೊದಲು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈಯಿಂಗ್ ದ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್. ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟನ್ನು ನಾವು ಲಿಟರರಿ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸಿಸಮ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ, female characters na identify ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. Who are the feminine characters? Who are the characters, women characters who are there in a particular text? Then we re-evaluate literature. Any kind of literature which might be already published, already gone in the previous historical canon, but we re-evaluate that text and we read it. Okay, I would like to give an example of, I would like to read from a writing which has been penned by Kavita Sinha. Kavita Sinha, she is a Bengali poet. She has, tried to re-evaluate literature that is about Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಆಡಮ್, ಈವ್, ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಕೇಮ್ ಆಲ್ ಅದರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಕತೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದಾ? Can I assume that you know it?
Yes, madam.
Yes. So I'm just reading it, try to follow. She says that Eve speaks to God. So now Eve as a character is speaking to God. What she says, I was the first to realize that which rise like light, like dark. I was first to know obeying you or disobeying means the same. I was first to know, I was first to touch the tree of knowledge, first to bite the red apple. I was first to distinguish between modesty and immodesty. By raising a wall with a fig leaf, I changed things totally. I was first pleasure, my body consoled the first sorrow. That is, I was the first one to see both pleasure and sorrow. I was first to see your face of a child. I was the first one to give birth amidst grief and joy, giving birth both pain and also joy. I was first, knew sorrow and pleasure, good and evil, made life so uncommon. So life was not common after I ate the apple, after I came into the world where both sorrow and joy was there together. Okay. So she says, I was rebellion first on this earth. I rebelled first. I raised my voice first. Listen, love. Yes, my slave. I was first rebel, banished from paradise. I was the first one to get banished. I learned that human life was greater than paradise. I was first to know. So she tries to say that I am not a person who can only have a subordinate position. I was the first one to raise voice and led to the formation of a world. I was the first one for the creation of a world where you see so many generations. So this is how we re-evaluate literature and bring a new perspective for that. And in which generation, in which social context we are reading a text is very important. Deconstructing, as I already told, women characters na ನಾವು ಐಡೆಂಟಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರಿಪ್ಷನ್, ನಾವೆಲ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಶಾರ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಬಯೋಗ್ರಫೀಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಹಿಸ್ಟಾರಿಕಲ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಹಿಸ್ಟರಿಯನ್ನು ಬರೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂತಹ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲದರಲ್ಲೂ ಒಬ್ಬ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಪಿಕ್ಚರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ವುಮೆನ್ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕ್ರೈಬ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತೇವೆ. Then we also look for gender influences, whether the social construct is influenced for reader. ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನು ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನಮಗೆ ಒಬ್ಬ ಒಂದು ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಆಗಿ ನಾವು ಬೆಳೆದಿರ್ತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಜೆಂಡರ್ ಓದುವಿಕೆಯನ್ನ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದೀಯಾ, ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ದ ವೇ ಐ ಆಮ್ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು, ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಅನದರ್ ವೇ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಪವರ್, ಸೆಕ್ಷುಯಾಲಿಟಿ, ಜೆಂಡರ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ 3 ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್. ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು ಕೋಟ್ ಫ್ಯೂ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್. When you look into Zora Neale Hurston, a writer, Afro-American writer, their eyes were watching God. Or when you look into Alice Walker's Color Purple, you look for the trauma when the character Celie, she comes with a sudden act of rape on her. Her child is taken away. There is an abusive marriage. And there is another character in the same Color Purple, that is Sophia, who fights back. In one particular text, we can see how the power is playing, power in the sense patriarchal power is playing, how sexuality is taken as a target, that is, women taken as a sexual object, and on the basis of that, how she has been questioned, and how gender is playing a role in accepting even the rape or even the abuse. He is a man, he can do anything. You are a woman, you should know the limits. See, this is how we are constructed, socially constructed. This is what we are questioning when it is feminist lens. Why is it so? Rape is rape, which is forceful for any kind of an individual, whether it is a male, a female, or a transgender. It need not be a specific high level given for a man, where you can't say that why you are like this, so only they are doing that. So this is again a very sensitive question which we have to put when we look into the writings. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕೇಳಲೇಬೇಕು. ಪವರ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು, ವುಮೆನ್ ಸೆಕ್ಷುವಲ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು, ಮತ್ತೆ ಜೆಂಡರ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಪವರ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸೆಕ್ಷುವಲ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೆ ಜಸ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಹಿ ಇಸ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯಾನ್, ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ಅ ವುಮೆನ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂತ ಆ ಎರಡನ್ನೂ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ ನಾವು ಫೆಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ ಲೆನ್ಸ್ ನ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕ್ ಆಫ್ ಪೇಟ್ರಿಯಾರ್ಕಲ್, that is marginalizing when it comes to language. ಒಂದು ಭಾಷೆಯನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಆ ಭಾಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯ ಪದ ಪ್ರಯೋಗವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, what kind of a language is used, is it a gender neutral term or is it a gender specific term ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಓರಿಯೆಂಟೆಡ್, ಲಿಂಗ್ವಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಓರಿಯೆಂಟೆಡ್ ಫೆಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಂಚೆ, ಇಫ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ವರ್ಷಗಳ ಮುಂಚೆ ನಾವು ಚೇರ್ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತಿದ್ವಿ. ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅನ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ಟು ಚೇರ್ಮನ್ ಅಂತ ಬರೀತಿದ್ವಿ. ಡಿಯರ್ ಸರ್ ಅಥವಾ ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಸರ್ ಅಂತ ಬರೀತಿದ್ವಿ. ಈಗ ಏನ್ ಬರೀತೇವೆ? ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ವಿ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ನಾವ್? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಜೆಂಡರ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಯೂಸಿಂಗ್ ನಾವ್ ಫಾರ್ ಚೇರ್ಮನ್? ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಚೇರ್ಪರ್ಸನ್. ಸೊ ಡು ಯು ಸಿ ದ ಚೇಂಜ್? ಚೇರ್ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಜೆಂಡರ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಿಯರ್ ಸರ್ ಆರ್ ಮೇಡಮ್, ರೆಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಸರ್ ಆರ್ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂತ ಎರಡು ಬರ್ತದೆ. ವಿ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಹೂ ದ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಇಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಎ ವುಮೆನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. In this situation, we can see so many women principles. So I'm just taking one example. You can find n number of examples when you take language. ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಜೆಂಡರ್ ನ್ಯೂಟ್ರಲ್ ಪದಗಳನ್ನ ಹುಡುಕಿ, ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ಲಿಟರರಿ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಎಷ್ಟರ ಮಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಜೆಂಡರ್ ಸ್ಪೆಸಿಫಿಕ್ ಟರ್ಮ್ಸ್ ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಆನ್ ದ ಬೇಸಿಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದಟ್, ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸಿಸಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಡನ್, ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಡನ್. ಮತ್ತೆ ನಂತರ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವಿ ಲುಕ್ ಫಾರ್ ವಾಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟೈಲ್ ಇಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್, ವಾಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್. ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ಅಂದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಬರ್ತದೆ ಆಯಾಮ ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೆ? ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ಗೆ. ಹೇಗೆ? or when we write, what is the kind of a communication we are doing? If we read, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕೂಲಂಕುಷವಾಗಿ ಓದ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ವಿಮೆನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಮೆನ್. ಎಸ್ ಶ್ರುತಿ, you want to say something? Is it okay? So I was telling on language and speech. ನೀವು ಲಿಂಗ್ವಿಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್ ನ ಒಂದು ವಿಮೆನ್ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಆಳವಾದ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಇದ್ದವರೇ ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಓದ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ವಿಮೆನ್ ಸ್ಪೀಚ್ ಯಾವಾಗ್ಲೂ ತುಂಬಾ ಇರ್ತದಂತೆ. ದ ಕಾನ್ವರ್ಸೇಷನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಲೆಂದಿ, ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ವೆರಿ ಲೆಂದಿ, ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾಪ್, ದೇ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಟಾಕೆಟಿವ್ and they use so many conjunctions in between. It's not, they go with their emotional understanding of society rather than being practical. ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಅಧ್ಯಯನಗಳಿವೆ. If you want to really go with it, you can go with linguistic understanding of feminine language or women language. Okay, so ಆ ರೀತಿ ಇದ್ದಂತಹ ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಟರ್ನ್ ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಸೆಂಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ನಿಲ್ಲಿಸಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ಗ್ಯುಮೆಂಟ್ ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿ, ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ವರ್ಸೇಷನ್ when it is happening between men and women listen more and men will interrupt more ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್ ಇದೆ. You can read that and you can come to a conclusion on your own subjective analysis whether it is true or not. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಮೇಲೂ ಪ್ರಯೋಗ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ನಿಜವಾ ಅಲ್ಲ? It also becomes a very good topic for research. when we take feminist literary criticism, ನಾವು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ವಿಮೆನ್ ಆಥರ್ಸ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ರೈಟರ್ಸ್ ಇದಾರಲ್ಲ ಅವರನ್ನು ರೀಕ್ಲೇಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ವಿ ಕ್ಲೇಮ್ ದಟ್ ದಿ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರಾಮಿನೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ಇದನ್ನ ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಐ ಥಿಂಕ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ಯು ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫೇಸ್, ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಫೇಸ್, ಥರ್ಡ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಫೆಮಿನಿಸಮ್ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದಾಗ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಫೇಸ್ ನಡುವೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಂತಹ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಯಾವ್ದಿತ್ತು? ಫೆಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ or female writers tried to write as men because they wanted to have that experience of writing. Education was not given, so they started to get education, then they started to write. So the preliminary level of women writing can be seen where she did not enter into debate, where what is the place of women in society ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಡಿಬೇಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ವಿಮೆನ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಗಲಿ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾವ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲೂ ಟ್ರೈ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ರೈಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ about a society where they had some pseudonym, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಬೇರೆ ಹೆಸರನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೆದ್ರು. We can find so many writers who have used other names to write, because if you say that you were a woman and you are a writer, it was not considered as literature, it was not considered into canon. There is another Afraben. You read about Afraben, how it was treated. Then Zora Neale Hurston's writing, what I told, Their Eyes Were Watching God. ಎಲಿಸ್ ವಾಕರ್ ಬಂದು ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಪುಷ್ಟಿಯನ್ನ ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಝೋರಾ ನೀಲ್ ಹರ್ಸ್ಟನ್ಸ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆದ ಮೇಲೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡುವಂತಹ ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯತೆ. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ ಆ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಮೆನ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡೇ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ವೆರಿ ನ್ಯೂ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಆಲ್ ದಿಸ್. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ರೀಕ್ಲೇಮ್ ಇಟ್, ಅವರ್ ಕಾಂಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್. ಅದನ್ನು ಫೆಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ ಲಿಟರರಿ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ನ ರಿಕ್ಲೇಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಜಾನ್ರಾಸ್, ಅನ್ಟಚ್ ಜಾನ್ರಾಸ್, ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಫಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಡಿಟೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಫಿಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಮೆನ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಮೆನ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ವೀಟೇಜ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಇದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತೇವೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ ಪವರ್ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ಸ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಹೌ ಇಸ್ ದ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಕ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮೇಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ರೋಲ್ಸ್. Kate Millett's Sexual Politics, if you take, she detailedly analyzes what is the different role which is assigned. ನಾವು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯ ಸೋಷಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು ಸಹಿತ, if it is a daughter, we say that you have to learn cook. Another family there, they should not blame me that I have not taught you anything. Learn it. Till today we have that in our homes where they express this kind of an attitude or this kind of a socialization. And for male, for you it's okay, somebody will be there in your life who will cook and give. For me it is a difficult part ಅಂತ. ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಕೆಲಸ ಆದ ನಂತರ ಕ್ಲೀನಿಂಗ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಬರೀ ಒಂದು ಡಾಟರ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಮೇಲ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳದೇ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲೀಸ್ ನಾವು ಈವನ್ ಟುಡೇ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ನೋಟಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಮತ್ತೆ ರೋಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬಂದಾಗ, ಇಫ್ ವಿ ಲುಕ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ದ ರೀಜನಲ್ ಆರ್ ರೂರಲ್ ಲೈಫ್, ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಅದರ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ನೀಡ್ಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ಡ್. ಎಷ್ಟೋ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನ ಅವರು ಔಟ್ಸ್ಪೋಕ್ ಮಾಡೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದುವರೆಗೂ. ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗಾಟ್ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಪೀಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಸ್ಯಾನಿಟರಿ ಪ್ಯಾಡ್ಸ್, ಸ್ಪೀಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮೆನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರುಯೇಷನ್. ಆಲ್ ದೀಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಚ್ ದೇ ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ಹೆಲ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಟು ಸೇ a bad thing which is happening, or something which is not acceptable, or something which is shameful ಅನ್ನುವ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು when we take as a criticism, we bring it as a natural biological happenings which takes place with any woman. So that should not be considered as papa or we are paying, we have done ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ರೀತಿ we should not portray. ಆ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ಅಭಿಪ್ರಾಯವನ್ನು ನಾವು ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಫೆಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ ಲಿಟರರಿ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸಿಸಮ್ ಮತ್ತು ಗೈನೋ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸಿಸಮ್ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ಫೆಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ ಲಿಟರರಿ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸಿಸಮ್ ಟೇಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ ಲಿಟರರಿ ವರ್ಕ್ಸ್. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ವೆದರ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ವುಮೆನ್ಸ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವುಮೆನ್ಸ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್. ನೀವು ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಅನಾಲಿಸಿಸ್ ನ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಶೇಕ್ಸ್ಪಿಯರಿಯನ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಪೋರ್ಟ್ರೇಯಲ್ ಆಫ್ ವುಮೆನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಚಾಸರ್ಸ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಪೋರ್ಟ್ರೇಯಲ್ ಆಫ್ ವೈಫ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಾತ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ರಾಜೇಂದ್ರ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಬೇಡಿಸ್ ಲಾಜ್ವಂತಿ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಎಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಫೆಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ ಪರ್ಸ್ಪೆಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಗೈನೋ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸಿಸಮ್ಗೂ ಇದಕ್ಕೂ ಇರುವಂತಹ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಅದು. ಗೈನೋ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸಿಸಮ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಟೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಫರ್ದರ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡ್ಸ್. So I think this is what I would like to say. When we take a text, we can have all these questions when we are doing a feminist literary analysis. Who's the author? Who's the reader? What is a woman role in the text? What is the position of female character? Are characters stereotypically formed? What is the attitude of male characters towards women? What is the attitude of author towards women in terms of personal? Matte, is there a cultural influence of author on his or her writing? Yes, again, see here, his or her. You can't say only his. Author is not only a man. Author can also be a woman. So author's cultures influence his or her attitude. Matte language anta bandaga frequency of speech matte all the attributions which is there in language. ಇದೆಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಕಾಣ್ತೇವೆ. So anything you want to discuss about feminist literary criticism, or shall I go ahead? I want to again speak about or say about one beautiful poem which is penned by Mirabai. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಪೇಟ್ರಿಯಾರ್ಕಿಯನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ಡಿಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನ ವಿ ಚಾನಲೈಸ್ ಇಂಟು ಟೇಕಿಂಗ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ವಾಟ್ ಅ ಫೆಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ ಲಿಟರರಿ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಈಸ್. You can see in this, binding my ankles with silver. What she said? Yes?
Ma'am, stereotype means, can you please explain me detailedly?
Yeah. So you want me to say what is stereotype?
Yeah,
Is it?
ma'am.
Okay. See, stereotype is looking a society with so many prejudiced understanding. Again, what is prejudiced? See, we look at a are there, both sexes are there, but we see that okay, women has certain roles, responsibilities, women should be like this ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಒಂದು opinion form ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. We have formed an opinion about women should taking into the culture of India or Karnataka, women a traditional woman or a woman is very much attributed as woman if she takes care of domestic works in a very good way, if she is obeying all the men of the family, if she is very beautiful, if we take into objectification, if she is having a zero figure, if she is very fair, if the complexion is very fair, if she is very thin. ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಓ ಶಿ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಟ್, ಪರ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಥವಾ ವಿಮೆನ್ ಹೀಗೆ ಇರಬೇಕು, ವಿಮೆನ್ ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯೋಟೈಪ್. ಅದನ್ನ ಹೇಗೆ ವಿ ಪುಟ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಎವ್ರಿ ಸ್ಪಿಯರ್, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಜುಡೈಸ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯೋಟೈಪ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಮನಸ್ಸಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡ್ತೇವಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಪ್ರಿಜುಡೈಸ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್. ಈಗ ಮೆನ್ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ವಿ ಸೇ ದಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಜಾಲಿ. There is no need for you, even if you are black, it doesn't matter because you are a man. Even it doesn't matter because you are a man. You are the male member. You are the earning one. You can do anything. Even if they do domestic violence. I would like to give an example from Lajwanti, that is Rajendra Singh Bedi's Lajwanti. She, Lajo, the character, she says that she was a beautiful knave village girl. In the village, they used to sing the song, it seems, that I don't want to marry a city boy because he will be wearing big boots and my back is slender. Andre masculinization ಅನ್ನೋದು beating is right of man ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೇವಲ್ಲ, that is stereotypical understanding of man. Why a masculine character is attached with beating, attached with violence, why it is okay for women to consider that, ಅದು ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯೋಟೈಪ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದೇ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅವನು ಹೊಡಿತಾನಪ್ಪ, ಅವನು ಗಂಡಸು, ಹಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ. ಯು ಬೀಯಿಂಗ್ ಅ ವುಮೆನ್, ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಬಿ ಸಬ್ಮಿಸಿವ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್, ಒನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ವಾಟ್ ಟು ಡೂ, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೆಂಪರಮೆಂಟ್, ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೋ ಮೆನಿ ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯೋಟಿಪಿಕಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ. ವಿ ಗಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟ್, ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಸೋಷಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್. ಮೆನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಅಥವಾ ಮೇಲ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫೀಮೇಲ್ ಅನ್ನೋರಿಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ಸ್ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಏನ್ ಹೊಂದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಅದನ್ನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ಇವ್ರು ಏನೇ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಇವ್ರು ಕೇಳಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದೇ ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯೋಟಿಪಿಕಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ. ಡಿಡ್ ಐ ಗಿವ್ ಯು satisfactory answer for what you asked?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So, yes, I was telling about Mirabai's. She says one thing in her poet, called me crazy. She will ruin the clan. Dancing by a woman will ruin a clan. This is again a stereotypical notion. Said my mother-in-law. Who said this? Mother-in-law said this. And the prince had a cup of venom delivered. I laughed as I drank it. Can't they see? Body and mind aren't something to lose. The dark ones already sees them. Mira's lord can lift mountains. He is her refugee. So again, she gives and surrenders herself to God. That is another way of interpretation. But taking or considering dancing as something evil for the whole clan or giving a negative remark on the family is against stereotypical understanding. I can give you another good example of Mahesh Dattani's Dance Like a Man. ನೀವು ಮಹೇಶ್ ದತ್ತಾನಿ ಅವರ ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ನ ಓದಿ ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಮತ್ತೆ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇಟ್ ಗೋಸ್ ಫೈಟಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ಈಚ್ ಅದರ್. Why you want to dance? Dancing is something which is not a man's job. And dancing, Amrit Lal, who was the father of the character, what is the name of the character? I think I wrote somewhere. Yes, Jairaj. Jairaj is the person who is very much interested in dancing, and Amrit Lal is the father of Jairaj. And what Jairaj hears from the father, dancing is somebody or something which is attributed to prostitution. Why you want to do that? This will again make me to feel low in the society where I don't gain respect because of you. Dancing is something which is called as feminine or feministic, is again a stereotypical understanding or stereotypical notion about an art. ಡ್ಯಾನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಆರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನೋಡದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇರೆ 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 ಆದಂತಹ ಅಟ್ರಿಬ್ಯೂಷನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡೋದಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪ್ರಿಜುಡೈಸ್ಡ್ ಅಥವಾ ಸ್ಟೀರಿಯೋಟೈಪ್ಡ್ ನೋಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಅ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಅಂತಾನೆ ನೋಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಗೈನೋಕ್ರಿಟಿಸಿಸಮ್. Gynocriticism ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಟರ್ಮ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಕಾಯಿನ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ 70s by Ellen Showalter. We have to remember her when we read or when we look into a women writing. So to describe a new literary project intended to construct a female framework for analysis of women's literature. Andre Ellen Showalter, she starts her theses or writing papers on taking only women writings. ಮೊದಲಿಗೆ ಅವರು ವಿಮೆನ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಅವರ ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಪುಸ್ತಕಗಳನ್ನ ಬಿಡುಗಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ದೆನ್ ಶಿಲ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದಟ್ ವೈ ನಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅನದರ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಥಾಟ್ which reads only women's literature, about the framework of women's literature, ಹೇಗೆ ಬರೀತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಯಾಕೆ ಇರಬಾರದು ಅನ್ನುವ ಒಂದು ಉದ್ದೇಶದಲ್ಲಿ she starts gynocriticism to make it as distinct literary tradition. There is no need for us to ask male or literary canon to include female. We can have a distinct literary tradition ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು Ellen Showalter, she proposes this. And this is, this looks women as a writer, as a producer, not just as a reader. Women na writer ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸರ್ ಅನ್ನುವ ಜಾಗದಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟು ನೋಡುವಂತಹ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸಿಸಮ್ ಇದು. We look and we deal with the writings of women. Women as a producer, women as a writer. It is gyno text. What do we see in that? We see women's experience, which focuses on subjectivity, which we discussed yesterday. We focus on female language, and we focus on female literary career. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ career ಇರಬಹುದು? What is the new genres which may come into the writings of women? Yes. Yes. So literature written by women, uncovering the history of female literary tradition. As I told you about Kavita Sinha, how she brings in the history and she changes. She tries to re-evaluate a work and try to make it, into a different writing where female is given emphasis. She is not given the subordinate position. we can encounter several writings like Jyote Lanjevar's Mother, where she strongly speaks about subjectivity, understanding of society, understanding of patriarchy, especially when we take the writers from Africa, from India. I can quote Maya Angelou, her Caged Bird, or her writing about Unstill I Rise. How was that she says, if I have to quote from, I would like to say a few lines from that. She takes, she uncovers the history of, female and how they are taught, and she comes into literary tradition. She is one among the prominent writers of Afro-American writings. She says, "You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I will rise." Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I have got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs? Out of the huts of history, workforce, or whether it is patriarchy, how the base and superstructure are formed when it comes to a woman writing, or feminine writing, or a female writing. I have given few examples wherein you can read more. That is The Female Imagination by Patricia Meyer, Literary Women by Ellen Moyers, Ellen Showalter's A Literature of Their Own, and Sandra Gilbert's and Susan's Mad Women in the Attic. Now, if you take Jane Eyre's picturization of Bertha, what is the attribution which you give for Mad Women in the Attic, and Rochester's characterization, why there is a specification of Mad Women in the Attic, why they started to give it as a title, or understand women that she can also have different mindsets, or the society is not understanding her psychological outputs. We have another writing, that is The Yellow Wallpaper, which is penned by, I think I have written somewhere, where is it? Yellow Wallpaper. Yes, Charlotte Perkins' Yellow Wallpaper. So it says that she will be looking at a wallpaper which is yellow in color, and she thinks that she may get into that, and she starts scrolling. This is again where we can give our inputs about modernism, where psychology again was a stream which was included. Subjectivity, looking into ourselves, introspection, all these things came into writings, where they also started to say that formation of us as perfect is not possible. We have a reality which is not absolute truth, but it is relative. We have, stream of consciousness where we can think about now, we can think about past, we can think about future, and it can also make us ambiguous in ourselves, in understanding ourselves. So this is how it comes. Uh, why gynocriticism as a separate entity came? Because it elucidates the anxiety of authorship. Andre ಒಂದು ಲಿಟರರಿ ಕ್ಯಾನನ್ಗೆ ವಿಮೆನ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ನ ಯಾವಾಗ ಅವರು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ ಬಹಳ ಕಷ್ಟ ಪಡಬೇಕಾಯ್ತು. They said that why authorship is only given for man? It can also come for a woman. Why cannot we have our own canon, our own literary canon, where we study about own women writings, women's style, how they use, what is the theme, what is the image, how they portray, what is the representation, how do we give response to the society which thinks women cannot do many things. If we look into history, if we see for women who have worked ಅಂತ ಈಗ mathematics ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ we have only few examples. We say Gargi is there, Maitri is there, and we recently have started Shakuntala Devi was a very good mathematician. What about others? Don't we have others? Where are they? Have they disappeared? ಈಗ ನಾವು ಇಂಡಿಪೆಂಡೆನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ವಿಮೆನ್ ಫೈಟರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಝಾನ್ಸಿ ರಾಣಿ, and we say Vanake Obawa. There were so many others who have fought. Where are others? So we reread all these texts, we reread and we recreate, and we try to bring every character into the canon, literary canon, where they have contributed. Women's voice, which is lost, which is not seen. So ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂಥದ್ದನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೇವೆ. This is what I think it clears with what has been given here. Finally, I would like to end the session by giving a thought, because anything or any conference or any webinar should not stop where we are just going to discuss and leave it. The gender equality ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ವಿಷಯ ಆಗಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಫೆಮಿನೈನ್ ಅಥವಾ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಎಂಪವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ವುಮೆನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು, ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಇನ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ ಅಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಇನ್ ಥಾಟ್ಸ್, ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಇನ್ ಇನ್ವರ್ಡ್. ಅಂಗಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬರಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ಇನ್ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ. ಸೊ ಐ ವುಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಟು read this out. Achieving gender equality requires the engagement of women and men, girls and boys. So it's everyone's responsibility. It's not that only some are pleading for it and some are trying to deny it. It's something which is, a society can be progressive if we go ahead with both, as equal in the sense, not just as in terms of mere things, but when you take to a very depth understanding of what an individual is. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇಂಡಿವಿಜುವಲ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನೇ ನಾವು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾವು ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವುಮೆನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. We have started to generalize that a man should be like this, a woman should be like this. How can it be possible? Because every individual have their own subjective understanding of their own self. In introspection ಅನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ, I may like to do so many things which have been attributed for man. That doesn't mean that I don't like being a woman. And a man may also like to give preference for women, but that should not be attributed as not masculine. He should be given equal importance when he is trying to bring equilibrium in a family, in all terms. Okay, so the empowered woman is powerful beyond measure and beautiful beyond description. So with this, I would like to end the session, and it's over to you now. If you have any discussions you can make, you can also give feedback of all these sessions. If anybody wants to criticize, you can also do that.
Madam, I just have one question, madam.
Yeah, please.
Madam, do you think that gynocriticism is a result of identity crisis in women in literature, madam?
Yeah, exactly. See, when literary canon anta when we consider it, many of the modern writers, not only gynocriticism, many of the modern writers, they also said that only traditional text athwa classical text athwa epics or the literary canon which was written by elite annodanne consider ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರೆ, what about others? When we see the raising of novel, we can see so many writers and so many new themes and upbringings. I'm getting a disturbance. Yeah. So there were many new themes which came into that. Janice Radway ಅನ್ನೋರು ಒಂದು ಸರ್ವೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ she wants to see why and what kind of reading are read by women ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಒಂದು statistical understanding ನ ಮಾಡೋಕೆ she'll try to do an experiment on society. She'll do questionnaire with every woman. What kind of a writing are you reading ಅಂತ. They all say that we are happy to read a writing where there is a hero and the hero will fall down. There is a flaw in his own characterization, and there is a female who tries to uplift his character, and then the hero gains everything what he gets, and they both are happy. They try to look something which is not found in their family ಅನ್ನೋಂಥ Janice Radway ಆ writing ನ ಮೂಲಕ she'll come to a conclusion, because they want to go to that fantasy world where she is also held important. That is exactly why they look for a place or a platform which gives voice. So ನಾವ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಬಡದಾಡ್ಬೇಕು? Why women literary text ಅನ್ನ ನೀವು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಕು? ನಮ್ಮದೇ ಆದಂತ ಒಂದನ್ನ ನಾವ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡಬಾರದು? We have so many positivities and we should learn ಅನ್ನುವಂತ opinion ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೇ ಅವರು Ellen Schwartz, she says that when she starts reading only on women writing, she thinks that it is important for us to have a different stream where only women writings are considered. How to change policies of somebody has somebody has asked me why feminism is necessary. Feminism, I would definitely like to ask you the same question. Why do you think feminism is necessary? Do you think it is necessary or it is not necessary? Even till today, looking at the society, do you think a movement where women should go for, equality, is it not necessary?
Yes, ma'am.
It is necessary because it's not only feminism. When we take any person as subordinate, when we consider anything as not important or not as center but as margin, as unheard, ಆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಟಗರಿಗೂ ವಿ ನೀಡ್ ಅ ವಾಯ್ಸ್. ಫೆಮಿನಿಸಮ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ವಿಮೆನ್ಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತಹ ವಾಯ್ಸ್. ಬೇರೆ 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 ಆದಂತಹ ವಾಯ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಕ್ವಿಯರ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಟು ಸ್ಪೀಕ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್ understanding and their own problems and their own potentialities. We have Marxist criticism where we speak about why there is a difference in society on the basis of capitalism. ಎಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ವೆರೈಟೀಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಲುಕಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಟು ಥಿಯರೀಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಫೆಮಿನಿಸಮ್ ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ವಿಮೆನ್ ನ ಫೋಕಸ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೇನ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೈನೋ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸಿಸಮ್? ಮೇನ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್ ಇಸ್ having the own literary tradition as a distinct. See, women writing ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ just ಒಂದು out of passion she writes. She is very emotional. There is no good concept when women writes, or women writes only about home ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಈಗೂ ಪ್ರಿವೇಲ್ ಇದೆ. So when you take a women text, I think she has written about something which has happened in the family ಅನ್ನುವಂಥ concept. But it's not like that. And on the other hand, women is writing about everything which is going around her because she is in a society where she has to undergo several layers of culture, caste, class, patriarchy. ಇದೆಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಬಿಟ್ಟು women separate entity ಆಗಿ ಬರೆಯೋಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆಯಾ? ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದ್ರೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿಯಾದಂತಹ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ನ ಬರಿಬಹುದು? ಇದು ನಾವು ಸಮಾಜಕ್ಕೆ ಕೊಡುವಂತಹ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ. ಇದೆಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ಮೀರಿ ನಾವು ಹೋಗೋಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆಯಾ? ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಏಮ್ ಆಫ್ ಗೈನೋ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸಿಸಮ್? ಟು ರೀಡ್ women writing, to give a thorough reading on how women writings are, what is the style of women writing, what is the language which a woman writes, how is a speech or how is a dialogue written. ಅದನ್ನ ಆಳವಾಗಿ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ವಿಮೆನ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬರೀ ವಿಮೆನ್ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನೇ ಓದುವಂಥದ್ದು ಗೈನೋ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸಿಸಮ್, ಮತ್ತೆ ಅವರ ಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಓದಿ ಅದನ್ನ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು ಗೈನೋ ಕ್ರಿಟಿಸಿಸಮ್.
Madam?
Yes.
Madam, if we look into the history of English literature, madam, that women getting recognized through their works like it may be Jane Austen or Emily Bronte or Elizabeth Barrett Browning.
Exactly. Very good.
But my question is that do we have to consider women work just because they are from a woman, or does that work really has that merit to be considered? Just because they are from a woman, that doesn't mean that we have to consider it, whether it has merit or not. That I think that is important.
See, what you said is one way of thinking. Can I know your name?
Madam, my name is Amrish.
Okay, Amrish. See, Amrish, you said about one thing, that are we considering those writings only because they are women, or are we considering those works as it is written? So for this, we have to understand the writings which are written by others. That is, literary canon anta tagondaga, all the writings which are written by men are considered as writings without considering whether they are a different kind of an individual or whether the writing really have any weightage. There was no question. When women comes to a sphere, there should not be a question that is it only because she is a woman are we taking that ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. ಯಾಕೆಂದ್ರೆ writing ಅನ್ನೋದು ಸೇಮ್. Why a gender or why a sex of a particular individual should come when it comes to writing? ರೈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. ಅದನ್ನು ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಕರಿಬಾರ್ದು? ಕರೆಯೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ತಪ್ಪೇನಿದೆ? ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್, ಎನಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಯು ರೈಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಆರ್ ಕಲ್ಚರ್ ಆರ್ ವೇ ಆಫ್ ಲೈಫ್. ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಹೀಗೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಹಾಗೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನುವಂತಹ ಮಾನದಂಡ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ? ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಈಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್ ಅನ್ ಆರ್ಟ್. So why in that art you want to find a difference between a man who has written and a female is writing, and something different ಇರಬಹುದು ಇವರಲ್ಲಿ ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ನಾವ್ ಯಾಕೆ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು? ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟಿವ್ ಆಗಿ ಬರ್ದಿರಬಹುದಲ್ವಾ?
But madam, ultimately it depends on the readers, no madam, whether to take that work or not.
See, before going to readers, first they have to get circulated. First they have to go for publication. Alliye fight start aitu. Because many writings which were written by women were not at all considered. Consider ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ, publish ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ, ನಂತರ ಹೋಗೋದು readersಗೆ, then we'll understand whether the readers accept or not. Consideration levelಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದಾಗ ಹೇಗೆ? So they needed a voice to say that our writing is also important. We also write. I said, there were 3 ways of writing. First, they started to write like man because they were very essential to go into the stream of writing and reading. Then they started to raise their own introspection about women's voice, women's position. ಇದೆಲ್ಲದು ನಂತರ ಬಂದಂತದ್ದು.
Okay, madam. Thank you for clearing my doubt, madam.
Yes, thank you. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks a lot for even participants, principal ma'am, IQAC department for providing a platform, and go ahead. All the best for your future endeavors.